Brandon Beane can go on a base salary restructuring rampage here, and I think it starts first with this salary cap problem with the Buffalo Bills. Currently, we are over the cap by $21 million. You know, we talk about bringing in OBJ. Yes, the Bills did just bring in a new wide receiver coach, which I think is a great idea here. I think Chad Hall, very inexperienced as a wide receiver coach. This is a great upgrade for Bills Mafia. But again, we don't have the capital to bring in OBJ right now, right? So it starts with the capital, and I've been diving deep into this. And, you know, I really think Bills should double down on their beliefs, double down on their draft picks, double down on the players that they believe in. You know, we believe in Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, right? I don't know if we're ready to make a big move, make a big splash, and start parting ways, trading players. And a key sign to that is the dead cap space behind some of these contracts, like Stephon Diggs, like Trey White. We would owe an awful lot of money in dead cap space if we were to trade them this season. Now, years going forward, that dead cap space does drop, but still, it is a lot. It is a lot of money there. So, will Brandon Beane go on a restructuring rampage? And one way he could do that to save the Buffalo Bills nearly $22 million here or more is to do these base salary restructures of our key foundational young players that we believe in, that we should double down on long-term here in Buffalo. And number one, Josh Allen. I mean, do you see Brandon Beane parting ways with Josh Allen? Do you see us thinking that Josh Allen is not going to be the guy for Bills Mafia anytime soon? So a base salary restructure for Bills Mafia and Josh Allen would literally save us $21 million right off the bat. Now, Bills Mafia, we need $7.5 million for our draft picks. And yeah, we got guys like Jordan Poyer out there, Tremaine Edmonds, Devin Singletary. We have some guys that we would potentially like to retain, but it doesn't end there. So who else would be a potential base salary restructure for the Buffalo Bills? And no other than Stephon Diggs. If Stephon Diggs is willing to do that, look, what we're doing is we're taking their base salary and we're doing a prorate over the following years that they're going to remain in Buffalo. Some downsides to doing that with teams is doing it to a player that maybe isn't good enough in a few years and they have a high bloated salary and you're kind of tied to that player. So what I mean by believing in these players, we believe Josh Allen is going to even improve the next few years. Stephon Diggs is going to improve the next few years, right? So these base salary restructures aren't too risky for Bills Mafia, yet we are saving a ton of money. So keep in mind, $22 million in saving if we restructure it. Josh Allen, right? Brandon Beane goes on a rampage and he base salary restructures Stephon Diggs. When another one here too, right? Who's next? I'm saying Dion Dawkins, Mr. Snowman. He loves it here, right? Loves it. He's young in the Pro Bowl. You know, Stephon Diggs in the Pro Bowl too, but they are talented. I don't see Dion Dawkins not improving, right? I think Dion Dawkins is a foundational piece on this team, so we could base salary structure him. Now, on the defensive side of the football, I think a solid defensive player to do a base salary structure with is Matt Milano. Matt Milano, young, he's going to be making a little bit more than $13 million this season. Base salary restructure with lower things, believing in him long term. I mean, he was destructive this season. I mean, Matt Milano definitely improved this upcoming year. Another player that the Buffalo Bills should consider is obviously Trey White. Trey White, do you believe in him after that ACL injury? Maybe we keep things the same for Trey White. Taron Johnson, I think, is another foundational piece for the Buffalo Bills in this defense. He is like that hybrid linebacker, nickel cornerback for the Bills, and we could reduce his salary by another couple million. So all those together would result in about $22 million in savings for Bills Mafia. Now, what would that allow the Bills to do? Again, draft picks. We would have to part ways with roughly $7.5 million for our potential draft pick signings. But that's great. We could still bring in draft picks, bring in some competition. I am eyeing up the D tackle position right now. Some great guys there. But personally, really what we have to do here, Bills Mafia, we got to ball out. We got to ball out of control. If we restructure these players and we have $22 million and we have to allocate $7.5 million to this upcoming draft class, the Bills still have a decent chunk of change there. I looked it up, right? I looked it up. Bills Mafia, if we utilize the franchise tag for Jordan Poyer, solidifying him in Buffalo for at least one more year, pairing him with Micah Hyde, we know how amazing that is, the duo there. It would cost us about $13 million just to keep Jordan Poyer here. Now, is the trade-off Tremaine Edmunds? Would Sean McDermott consider bringing in a rookie middle linebacker or using maybe Matt Milano at middle linebacker and relying on rookie last year Terrell Bernard instead of Tremaine Edmunds? But I think the Bills could possibly still work some deals here and re-sign Tremaine Edmunds, the captain of this defense. He's so young. I'd hate to see him go. One player I'd like to restructure or just sign a longer-term deal to is potentially Ed Oliver. He's going to be getting paid $10 million this upcoming year. Maybe we can work something here. A player I'd consider releasing for the Buffalo Bills that I think we could easily replace in this upcoming draft is a player like Tim Settle. Now, Tim Settle, I was just expecting a little bit more. Like, yes, he did make plays. Even Daquan Jones, right? And he did pretty good, but there's a lot of dead cap space with Daquan Jones. I really think Tim Settle could be on the chop block, but you really go through the entire Buffalo Bills roster and you say, hey, look, okay, we're going to get rid of this player. We're going to cut that player. But it puts us further behind. It doesn't put us ahead. It doesn't put us ahead. So I really think the Bills should double down on the players that we got. Double down on the players that we believe in. Stick with what we got for at least this upcoming year. Watch that dead cap money dissipate in some of these top players on our team like Stephon Diggs, Trey White. And maybe in later years we could work a deal to try and get rid of some cap space. But again, believing in these players long term, right? Restructuring their base contract, prorating money long-term isn't a problem for Bills Mafia and us, right? Because we believe that they're going to get better for years to come. Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs and Deion Dawkins blocking for him on offense. I mean, that is a foundation. Those are foundational pieces, right? Trey White being that lockdown perimeter quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. We got Christian Benford there, Kaiir Elam balling out for Bills Mafia, right? But that middle linebacker spot is going to be interesting. And DeMar Hamlin and that injury, too, that's going to be tough with only Micah Hyde coming back off an injury, too. We need Jordan Poyer. We need Jordan Poyer. And Brandon Beane and these base salary structures could definitely do the trick. So let me know in the comment section below if you enjoyed this video. Please consider hitting like, subscribing. Trying to do these macro type films, just talking. I know I did a lot of video editing before and pictures and graphics. So if you missed that too, just be honest. Let me know. Trying to ball out for Bills Mafia here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Go Bills. Peace.